All right, guys, so you just opened and unboxed your brand new Snoop Dogg limited edition LS50X. Now you're like, man, how do I hook this thing up? All right, it's super simple. I'm gonna show you guys right now. So first of all, you're gonna take your headset, and if you're gaming with it, what you probably wanna do, I know I use the boom mic all the time, you're gonna wanna hook up your boom mic. So if you look inside the headset, you're gonna see this orange little bay right there, and on the microphone itself you're going to see orange tips. It's color coded to show you, hey, this is where it goes. So you're going to stick that right in there. Now your boom mic's all hooked up. You're going to throw the headset on your head with the microphone on your left side, that way you know it's facing forward. And then you're going to reach inside and you're going to grab this dongle. So this dongle is super important. You need this. This is important to connect to your Xbox. Now you got a couple of different options connecting to your Xbox. Of course, you can stick it right up here in the front in this USB port, just like that. Or I personally like to stick the dongle in the rear. I like doing that because that way it makes it a little cleaner. It keeps it a little hidden. That way, you know, just a nice, proper, slim-fitting look. So it kind of keeps it out of the way. I like the style of that. Now, as soon as you hook up that dongle, all you're going to do is on your headset, you're going to see on the left side there's a power button. You're going to hit that power button, hold it down for about 3 seconds, and if you do it, you're going to hear Snoop Dogg go, la-da-da-da-da. I mean, I can't do it like Snoop Dogg, obviously, but, and then just like that, headset assigned. Now, what that means is whatever profile is logged in on your Xbox, when you connect the dongle and power it on, that profile is going to be assigned to the headset. So right now, I can hear the wonderful sounds of Call of Duty Modern Warfare in my head. But that's exactly how you hook up your headset, just like that. No extra wires, no extra steps. All right, guys, so now that you've hooked up your headset to your Xbox, whether it's an Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X, you've hooked up your headset with the dongle. Now you're saying, Hollywood, one of the best features about this headset is obviously the Bluetooth. How do I hook that up? Well, it's just as simple as it was hooking it up to the Xbox. So first thing you're going to do is on your phone, you're going to make sure that Bluetooth is turned on. I have an iPhone, so I'm going to flip on Bluetooth. And then on the headset, I'm going to look on the right side. And over your right ear, there's gonna be a Bluetooth symbol. You're gonna hold down that button until you hear Snoop Dogg's voice. Gonna come in with a voice prompt. It's gonna take about 5 seconds. And it's gonna say, hook up Bluetooth. And then on your phone, you'll see it says LucidSound LS50. So you're gonna go ahead and hit that. And just like that, it's connected. You'll hear a voice prompt from Snoop Dogg himself that'll say, phone, Bluetooth, bang, bang. And just like that, you know that your phone is now connected to your LucidSound LS50 headset. All right, guys, so now you've hooked up your headset to your console. It's all linked up. You've also hooked it up to your phone with Bluetooth. Now you're saying, Hollywood, but how do I change the volume? How do I control this headset? Let me walk you guys through that right now. So first thing you're gonna do, on your left side, if you grab that left wheel, you're gonna move that left ear cup and you're gonna start turning it towards the front of your face. Once you turn it all the way up, you're gonna hear a voice prompt from Snoop Dogg where it says, I like it when it's all the way up. Or actually it says, I like it when it's loud like that. That's what he says. Sorry, I'm not Snoop Dogg, so I can't pretend to be him. But that means you're at the maximum volume for the headset. Now, the adverse of that is when you turn that wheel towards the back of your head, and you go all the way back. Now keep in mind, this wheel is gonna spin infinitely, so there is no stopping point. But once you get all the way back, you're gonna finally hear it say, Snoop Dogg comes on and says, now that's real low. What that means is you've turned down the headset so low that you're not actually gonna be able to hear any volume coming out of it. So I like to have mine somewhere in the middle, not necessarily blasting out my eardrums, but also just loud enough where I can hear my teammates if they're calling. Now speaking of my teammates, on the other side, that's where you're gonna control your game and chat mix. Now if you had an LS35X headset, you're already familiar with these controls, but for those of you all that are new, let me walk you guys through it. So on your right hand side, if you turn that right ear cup towards the front of your face, you're gonna, well, first of all, it's gonna start out, before you turn anything, there's gonna be 2 beeps, and that means that it's at a 50-50 split. That means that your chat and your game are equally matched in the headset right now. So, you know, that's pretty easy to understand. Now, the more that you turn towards the front of your face, that's gonna drop out your chat volume and give you more game volume. So if you wanna hear more of the game and less of your friends, just start moving that wheel towards the front of your face. Now, the opposite, of course, if you'd like to hear more of your friends and maybe just have the game kind of lightly playing in the background, you're going to start turning that wheel towards the back. Now, once you reach the middle, back to that 50-50 spot, you're going to hear 2 quick beeps, like beep, beep. After that point, that's 50-50, and then after that, you're going to start hearing more of your friends and less of the game. So once you go all the way back, you're going to hear one singular beep. Once you hear that single beep, that means you only have your friends and game chat going on, and you're not going to hear any of the game. Again, I like to have a little mix where, you know, I keep my friends just loud enough to hear the controls when they say, hey man, there's a guy on our left trying to shoot at us. But at the same time, I want to hear all those amazing sound effects that are coming through in that surround sound in the headset. All right, guys, so now we've paired the headset, we've gone over the volume controls, we've gone over the game and chat mix, but what we need to do is we need to go over how to switch back and forth between game mode and Bluetooth mode. Super simple. All you're going to do is on the left side, you're going to press and hold that LS logo for about a second, and then you're going to hear a voice prompt from Snoop Dogg that's going to take you in between the 2 modes. So first I'm going to press this, and it put myself back into game mode. That means I'm going to be controlling the volume that I hear for the Xbox and Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now if I said, hey, I want to be back in a Bluetooth mode because I want to change my music or, you know, be prepared for calls and things like that, I'm going to, one more time, hit that. It's going to welcome me to the Bluetooth. So now that I'm in the Bluetooth mode, this is where some of the fun begins for you guys. So now it's a wireless headset where I can control my phone without actually needing to use my phone. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to tap 1 time on the left side, and that's going to unpause my music. So my music is going to start playing, and just like that, if I move my left hand to the front of my face, that's going to turn the volume all the way up. Same thing in reverse. Just like we went over before, moving it towards the back of your head is going to turn your volume down. On your right wheel, if you move towards the front of your face 1 quick time, that's going to skip to the next track. And if you said, hey, that track is fire and I want to hear it 1 more time, moving towards the back of your head, that's going to play the previous track 1 more time. Now I know you're saying, hey, well, that was play and pause, but what else is that? Well, guess what? If a phone call were to come in the middle of me listening to my music, this is also going to be how I answer the call or hang up, just by pressing that side left button 1 time. If you want to find out the battery level of your headset, all you're going to do is quickly double press, and it's saying right now my headset's on medium. Now you have 3 options when it comes to your battery level. You can either have low, which means that's probably about the time you want to pull out that USB-C charger and start charging your headset. It's going to give you a prompt when you have about 30 minutes of battery left, so don't let it get too low. But you're going to have low, you're going to have medium, and you're going to have high. High is going to let you know that you're pretty much fully charged and ready to go for the day. Now on the other side of things, some of you guys are wondering about the microphone. Now this is one of the highest quality microphones in the game because not only is there active noise canceling with this microphone, but you also get to hear yourself with the active mic monitoring. Now here's the thing, I know some of you, like me, are streamers and you like to be able to hear your own voice. Now I leave my mic monitoring on, but for some of you that may be new to this, you may not want to hear your own voice in your headset. So all you're going to do is you're going to press and hold that right side for about 3 to 4 seconds. And just doing that is going to turn off your mic monitoring. Then you're no longer going to hear the echo of your voice in your head. But if you want to hear that mic monitoring, all you're going to do is go back 1 more time, 3 or 4 seconds, and just like that, the mic monitoring is going to come back on. All right, guys, so an important feature that I forgot to point out to you guys is that some of you guys are saying, hey, well, I don't always want to have my mic on. And a cool thing about muting your microphone, it's as simple as touching 1 button. You're just going to press that right side 1 time, and then you've muted your microphone. Also, in case you're wondering, like, man, I can't remember if I muted the microphone or not, if you look directly at the mic itself, you'll see a little red light. That red light's telling you that your mic is not recording right now. So your mic, your volume, it's not going into the headset. So anything that you're saying, nobody in your team can hear you, no one in your Discord or you're on your servers can hear you. You tap it 1 more time, and that's going to unmute your microphone. Now, speaking of things like Discord, I know you're saying, hey, well, I can connect to the phone and I can control my songs and everything from the phone, but what other places can I connect this headset with? Well, guess what? You can also connect it to your PC via Bluetooth. So that way, if you're a streamer and you're like, hey, I really want to connect and get all my alerts from my OBS or my Streamlabs, or maybe you want to hop in Discord and be in the Discord channel with some of your fellow gamers, you can hop in and control all those things using your Bluetooth. You can get all those sound alerts and go into your headset while simultaneously still getting the game sound from your console. So while you're listening to your music, you get, oh, look at that. You guys can see, I got a call. Oh, it's Aaron. It's the amazing guy behind the technology here at LucidSound. So I'm going to answer that. Give me a second. Ooh, wee. Hey, Aaron, what's up?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good, good. I'm actually making the video right now to demonstrate the the LS50X headset.
Awesome. Well, thanks. we appreciate it.
Yeah. No, this, hold on. I want to actually turn you up a little bit in my head. So, I had the gain pretty loud before. Okay.
How do you hear me
No, now you're great. You're great.
Cool.
So, how's your day going?
Awesome. Well, I'll let you get back to it.
Yeah. Thanks. I'll talk to you later. All right. Sorry about that, guys. But you see, just like that, I answered a phone call, hopped into the call, and just as simple as me tapping the button, I can answer it. And then once you're ready to hang up, you tap it one more time. All right, guys. So, of course, music being a huge part of this headset, limited edition, collaboration with Snoop Dogg. So, of course, we had to have some special EQ modes. Now, in this headset, there are going to be 5 different EQ modes. Of course, you're going to have the signature sound, which is the optimized version of gaming created by the professionals here at LucidSound. Now, that's the version, when you're playing, you're like, hey, I really want to be able to hear footsteps and reloads and those magazine changes. That's the mode that you're going to play in signature sound. Now there's also the bass boost mode. So it's going to be kind of like an amplified version of that signature sound where you're going to take the bass and just increase the bass in that same mode, so that way you're going to really feel and hear the explosions more and those bass heavy driven things. Now also there's going to be the Snoopadelic mode. Now that mode was custom tuned by Snoop Dogg himself. We had Snoop Dogg in the lab. We actually had him listen to the headset and he was like, hey, this is the way that I would love to hear my music, and that's perfectly tuned to the sounds of Snoop Dogg's ears himself. Then of course you're going to have movie mode. Movie mode is, if you want to hook this up to your phone and you're going to watch some Netflix or watch a movie, maybe a little Hulu and hang out, I don't know, something like that, but that's going to be optimized for you and your movie watching or television show watching experience on your phone. And then finally, we're going to have that flat EQ. That's when it's like, hey, there's been no adjustment made whatsoever. You're just going to hear the most flat EQ possible. All right, guys, that just about does it. But something major that I have to tell you guys about this headset is battery life. I know everyone's always concerned about how long is this headset going to last me while I'm getting those long gaming sessions in. Well, the headset's going to give you about 20 hours of actual audio. Now, here's the thing. That can actually be increased depending on a couple factors. Here's the thing. So it's going to start off, and it's going to be in both gaming and Bluetooth mode. But say you walk out of range of your Xbox and you're just listening to music, so you're just using it in Bluetooth mode. It's actually going to turn off that radio for the Xbox, and it's only going to keep it in Bluetooth mode. Now I know you're saying, but Hollywood, what if I want to get back on the game and I want to get back into the action? Then how do I connect back to my Xbox? All you're going to need to do to reconnect to your Xbox is just turn off the headset by holding that back power button for about 4 seconds. You're going to turn it off, and then you're going to turn it right back on. And then it will automatically sync back to your Xbox. Now, you may be wondering, well, what about my phone? What if what if I want to take that off of Bluetooth mode and have that radio disconnect? After about 5 minutes of inactivity on either channel, if it doesn't connect to your phone for 5 minutes and there's no audio coming from that source, after 5 minutes, it's going to disconnect from your phone as well. Now, I know you're saying, but how do I reconnect it if that were to happen? Same thing you're going to do as the game console. You're going to turn it off and on, but on the Bluetooth, on the other side, on the right-hand side, you're just going to hold that Bluetooth button down for about 4 seconds, and that's going to repair your Bluetooth to your phone. Now, I know in a worst-case scenario, we talked about battery life, and we said, hey, you should be charging your phone. You're going to get about 20 hours of continuous use out of the headset, but, sometimes we get those extra long sessions in, the battery goes low, maybe even it dies. Well, then what are you going to do? Well, that's why you can use this 3.5 cable that comes with it. You're going to plug that 3.5 into your headset. You're just going to go right behind the microphone port. You're going to plug that in, and you're going to plug the other side into your controller. This is like a worst case scenario, like, hey, I forgot to charge my headset. I still want to be a part of the chat with my team. Let me plug that in while it's recharging. The other option too is if you haven't quite lost all your battery yet and you're just like, hey, I really want to plug into something that doesn't have Bluetooth, you can still use that 3.5 cable, plug it directly into that, and then you'll still have all the functionality controls of your headset. You'll still be able to control your volume going up and down. You'll also still be able to mute your mic by just touching on the right-hand side, and you'll be able to mute all the game sound by touching on your left-hand side. So all those features will still work while you have it plugged in with your 3.5 cable. And your 5 different EQ modes will work as well. So you still have all those functions working when it's wired in with a 3.5 cable. But I suggest not letting your battery die. Make sure you keep that USB-C charged and ready to go.